Hello, I'm Philip Stoughton. I am on the Global Electronics Association booth here at Productronica 2025, and I'm joined by Ross from Indium. Indium's my favorite element.
That's good, I love it.
There you
Open
go.
right up with that.
Yeah,
That's
let's open right up with that. What I wanted to talk to you, and it's been really fascinating this year. I started the year trying to figure out what the ideal EMS model was, and I realized there isn't one. That's the conclusion. There are lots of different ones. But the topic that constantly comes through when I look at EMS companies is culture. Do they have a culture that fits with their customers? Do they have a culture that fits within the organization? Do they have a culture that fits with maybe their target acquisition? And it's become a really fascinating topic. And it almost fits in with the mission of the business and how that filters through to everything else. I know culture is really important to you, and it's part of kind of the journey that you've had at Indium. So talk to me about how you feel about company culture and how you've tried to move that forward.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. That culture and mission come right together. And so as we look at what we do at Indium and why we get to exist as a company, is we really solve material challenges, right? We bring our material science to the world. We help our customers bring products to life, and those products then change the world. And so really through material science, we change the world. So that's why we're here. How we do it is by close collaboration inside the company and outside the company. So over the last few years, we've had these really novel materials that a customer said, I want it now. This works. How fast can we go? And then it requires this collaboration across our factories, across departments, and across really across geographies to be able to make this happen for these customers. And their culture is the root of that. So at Indium, we believe in the Indium Way, respect, appreciation, and achievement. So if you think about it, achievement doesn't happen until we're all winning. Right? And that only way that's possible is when we respect each other. That respect across cultures, across geographies, even across time. I mean, some of our technologies that are really taking off right now, we invented 20 years ago. So that willingness to still value that past and those insights from the past and bring them into the future and apply them to new challenges is also something that we believe strongly in. And when the last element of appreciation, we just had a celebration of our inventors at Indium.
Oh, wow.
We have our inventors for patents, of course, but we also have our internal inventors, those that do the secret work behind the scenes that we don't tell anyone about, but are often the key to bringing a high performance, high quality product to market at a reasonable cost.
In volume at a reasonable price. So they're all about process, they're all about the manufacturing process.
So our culture really enables us to deliver our mission.
And is that a culture that has been inert in the business for a long time since its foundation, or is that something that you deliberately developed? Or?
I'm actually a wonderful recipient. I've inherited this drive for this culture. Guys like Bill McCartney, Greg Evans, Rick Shore, Bill Jackson, these kind of the heroes of the company for many years brought this idea of when we treat each other like we're a family company. When we want to really be not a number in the company, but a person. And we do that in a bunch of different ways. We do birthday cards for people that I write every month. We do engagements with our employees through the summers and picnics. And so there's that stuff, but then there's also the real hardcore recognition of people. That's been a big part of who we are. Mr. McCartney, who owned the company for over 40 years, he always believed in hospitality. And if you think about the hospitality ethic towards your colleagues, how do you help them succeed? How do you help them be comfortable? How do you help them be their full self in the moment with us? And that's part of how we've inherited this great culture.
And I think what's fascinating is that seeps out of the building. That comes through to your customers. You mentioned Rick Short, who did a huge amount of work in that engineer-to-engineer communication that you've become so famous for, and it's become ingrained in the image of Indium. It's kind of part of your DNA, and I see that as a cultural connection that you have through the way you operate, but right out to your customers. Do you find that your customers are responding not just to your product, but to the culture and the way you behave towards them?
Absolutely. And I guess maybe it's a matching thing. Maybe we're blessed to have the customers match to us who appreciate that, right? I don't know. But for us, we've been blessed with customers who really care about working and scaling trust across the organizations. And when we could do that, when we could scale that trust, we could build that trust between our engineers and their engineers, as Rick talked about all the time, from one engineer to another. But also our R&D people, their R&D people, our production people, their production people. Nothing makes us happier than when our customers is ready to ramp a product, they come in and audit us. You think an audit, oh, that's not good. It's a great moment. Because my team on my factory floors, my engineers get to meet the people who are going to use their products and talk to them about how what they do matters. And it goes both ways. It's super powerful.
And they get to see what products it goes in and what the end use is. That's really exciting. So when you are developing those technology roadmaps and you are sharing those with the customers, how do you do that? Do you go to them? Do you pull them in? Do you have seminars where you're telling them, this is what we see coming down the line. These are the materials we're expecting to be using. This is what we're developing for you. What are we getting right? What are we getting wrong?
It's really an all the above. I mean, we do a lot of promotion just to let people know that there's something out there there's something better out there to consider. But the really wonderful moments are when we do roadmap sharing. So we'll have a half day session or a full day session where we'll come in with our technologists. We'll kind of do a pre-read on what's interesting. But we'll always touch on things just on the periphery. Because what's interesting is how much we know each other. Sometimes a customer has a need that they didn't even know they had. And you spark that interest. And then out of those interactions, we hear their roadmap, they hear our roadmap. And then what comes out of that is a prioritized project that gets resourced on both sides. And we both are working towards that output goal, which starts with great test vehicles. What's our response variables? How are we going to approach it? What's the assigned team? Who's the single point of contact at the customer, at our site? And we bring those products to market. It's really fun to do.
And I think what's exciting about that is you move that relationship from one of, these are the guys we buy our solder paste from, or these are the guys we buy our materials from, to these are actually a strategic partner of our business. These are an enabler for us to be able to be in that automotive sector, in that medical device sector, or doing something that they can do that maybe their competitors can't do. That strategic relationship's hugely powerful on both sides.
Oh, it's so wonderful. When we work hard to be the obvious choice for the phone call. Hey, I got a new device, I need help. I'm doing a new implantable medical device, I need help. I got a new RF device, I need help. Hey, can we do this faster, smaller, thinner, whatever. And those are the calls we want. That's the beginning of something magical happening.
And I think you've got that. When I think of those issues, my first thought would be ask Indium. Pick up the phone, speak to one of their, as an engineer, pick up the phone, speak to one of their engineers. If they haven't got an immediate solution, they'll certainly have a dialogue and a way to get you towards that solution.
Absolutely.
So I think that's really exciting. I think you've done an awesome job with that, and I can see where it comes from now in terms of the culture. Everybody I know that has worked with or worked for Indium talks about the family there. So I think that's
really wonderful.
That's very warm.
I'm very blessed to get to
know
work
that
for sure.
Fantastic. Ross, thanks for stopping by to chat. Thanks for having a different chat to the one we normally have about technology and markets. I really appreciate it.
Very good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.